Hey, this is Jackie and welcome back to the channel. It has been 3 months since I made a video. I can't believe it has been that long. And there wasn't any special reason why I haven't made a video in 3 months other than I just felt I really didn't have anything that I wanted to talk about. But I do now, and I wanted to make a video before the year ended. So today is December 31st, 2025. And yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. And if you have supported the channel by watching some videos in the past or liking them and subscribing, I really appreciate you and just wanted to say thank you very much. Okay, so let's talk about a few things that I have on my mind. One is not really minimalism, but I've just reached a stage in my life where I don't want to add more possessions. So I have really taken a serious look at the camera gear that I have and that I've acquired over the past few years, which I would say has been on an up ramp as far as gear acquisition. And I took a look at it and decided, okay, what don't I really use and what what can I let go of? And is there something else that I would like? So I'm going to try to for 2026 I'm going to try to not add anything new as far as gear goes. If I sell some things, I can add something, but I'm just not going to add to the total of the gear. And I think for me, it's just gotten to be choice paralysis where you've got too many options. And so you end up not using any of them because you can never really decide, like, do I want to take this camera or this camera? Or you feel guilty because you're not using the other camera that you spent money on. And yeah, so I made some changes over the past 3 months, and I just wanted to go over what I've done. I sold the XE4, and I loved that camera for the almost full year that I had it. It was a great little camera, but I decided that there was too much overlap with what I ended up with now. So I picked up the X-Pro 2, a nearly 10-year-old camera. In fact, this model was made in 2016, according to the serial number. Uh, I love this camera. I've never seen an X-Pro 2 in person, and I've never, uh, handled one or shot one or anything. Uh, but soon as I took this out of the box, I was in love with it. I was just like the way it felt. I can't believe how good of a condition this is in for a 10-year-old camera. It's built like a tank. And, it's got all the things that I love, which is the focus switch here. It's got the D-pad. It's got the joystick. And I really like the button layout. It has the uh, the play button right here, right where your finger is. And I just really like this. Now, granted, this is a, 24 megapixel camera. So it is a, CMOS 3 sensor. It's it's definitely has some limitations when you compare it to the XT5 that I have. But honestly, I really like the rangefinder style. And I guess the XE4 helped me determine that. So when I got the XE4, I realized that I really prefer the rangefinder style than the XT5, right? So the XT5 is a great camera as far as features go. I really like it. The size is compact. It weighs about 60 grams more than the X Pro 2. But it's got the 40 megapixel sensor. It's got lots of advanced features in here compared to that camera. But for photography, I really think I prefer shooting with this camera. And I have my old trusty 35 millimeter 1.4 lens on here. And I think this is like a great combo. And I got this at a great price. I got it off of a seller on eBay. And it came with this 23 millimeter f2 Fujifilm lens for under $1,000 for them together. So for me, I was like, wow, so actually, if you take away the lens, this camera probably cost me in the $600 to $700 range, which given the way it's built and the condition that it's in, and it only had about 5,000 shutter actuations on it. The only little thing I saw was, the word made in is just got a little bit of a scratch on there, but that's it. I really like this. That got me to thinking about lots of other things. So, I was trying to decide, would I ever want to get like a X106 or should I look at the XE5? So in full disclosure and full honesty here, I did order the XE5 and I returned it the same day. And you're going to say, why did you? Well, what are you thinking? Okay, here's my thoughts. I took it out of the box and I immediately did not like the way it felt. And I know so many people online are talking about how premium it felt and they love the top plate and all of that. But for me, the things I noticed immediately were the dials were loose. They just easily turned. And that just seemed like that was going to be a problem in the future. The focus mode switch on the side, oh my gosh, that thing just flips up and down as soon as you touch it. So there were just some things about that that bothered me as far as how the dials felt and how easily they turned. The other thing that I noticed when I first turned the camera on, it wouldn't even come on because the lens wasn't on exactly right. So I had to adjust that. The lens is slow. That 23mm f2.8 lens, I thought was slow. Now I have the 27mm f2.8 lens, so I really didn't need the 23 anyway, especially now since I have the 23 f2 that came with that X-Pro 2 camera. So no, I decided that and let me roll that back just a second. So I was thinking about selling the XT5 and keeping the XE5. But I just couldn't give up some of the features in the XT5, like the dual card slots, the bigger battery. Like this is like the camera when you really need a camera that has a lot of features. This camera is the one. And plus I can use this camera as an overhead camera in the studio if I want to do reviews, product reviews and things. I can just mount this up on that Anteri camera cage that I got for this XT5 and just use this to record the overhead video because I have the XS20 in there to record, the main camera. So, and then I thought, well, I really wouldn't want to mount the XE5 up there and damage the finish and blah, 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 blah with the cage, get a new cage and all of that. And so I just realized it's a nice camera, but truthfully, I really like this camera better. I love the hybrid EVF. I like that. There's just some nice features about this. There's limitations, yes. The screen doesn't flip out, right? So now I don't have to worry about this ever getting damaged or just, breaking off or loosening or anything. It's just mounted right on the camera, doesn't move. So yeah, you can't flip it out. You can't do, but for an everyday, just walk around camera, I really like this camera. I can't believe it's 10 years old and it's in such great condition. And I don't know, I really, really like it. I do like that sensor too. The 24 megapixel sensor has just a little bit of magic to it. And then pairing it with this 35mm 1.4 lens is just, oh, it's really nice. So I'll do a review as we get into the new year and share some pictures that I've taken with this camera, especially once the weather gets better. It's just been so cold. I just haven't wanted to go out and take photos. But yeah, this I think is going to be my everyday. And I really like the way this feels in your hand, like right off the bat, because it doesn't have a big grip and it does use the older battery, but it also has this little lip here that where your thumb can just kind of rest in there. And it's just very well thought out as far as the layout of everything goes. And I do prefer so now I know. It's like, everybody needs to use them, work with them to get a feel for what your style is and what you prefer. If I have a choice to take this or the X-T5, I'm going to take this. And I know that's just really, really sad that this 10-year-old camera is beating out the latest, flagship X-T5 camera. But another thing that I did notice is I really like the way the shutter button works on this. It's just got a really nice sound. And the other thing is you can half press it and there's a little bit of resistance to it. I've noticed on the X-T5 that I'm trying to half press to do a focus and half press, but I end up doing a full press. It's just like there's very little resistance there and it just takes the picture. And I've noticed I've done that several times lately. And I'm wondering is maybe the shutter mechanism is getting too loose. It might need to be adjusted or something. But I just find that I don't use the X-T5 as much as I thought I would. And that could be because I have two cameras, right? So if I didn't have the X Pro 2, would I just use the X-T5 all the time? And then could I sell the X-T5 and just use the X Pro 2 all the time? Problem is with the X Pro 2, the video features are not that great. So I would end up having to go back and use an iPhone for the overhead shots that I wanted to do, or a B-roll camera or something. So yeah, for right now, I think I'm just going to keep the X Pro 2 for sure, and then the X-T5. And if an X Pro 4 comes out ever, I might consider looking at that, depending on what the features are that it has, and what functionality it comes with. The other thing that I did in the past 3 months was I picked up a new iPhone. So I got the iPhone 17 Pro. I upgraded from my 13 Pro, and I really am happy that I did that. I've been taking some really nice photos with my phone on those Saturday walks that I go on. Um, so I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future too. Uh, I do like that. One more thing that I picked up that I'm going to do a review on is this little Godox mini flash that just, I can sit right on that X Pro 2 or even the X-T5. But it's adorable and it works really well. It's TTL. I can't believe it. It's like $74. I picked this up on Amazon. I'll put a link for it in the description if you want to take a look at it. Uh, but yeah, really like that. I'm going to do a review on this. Freewell was kind enough to send me their M2, let's see what it's called, the M2 magnetic quick swap filters. There's a 5-pack in here. It includes a circular polarizer and 3 ND filters and a UV filter. I like the way the magnets work on this. I will do a review on this. But yes, they did send it to me, and thank you, Freewell, for doing that. I really appreciate it. The other thing, I bought everything else I bought with my own money, just full disclosure, and also this. I picked up this Think Tank Focus Point backpack. And if you remember last year, I did a review on the Shimoda Urban Explorer, and I really liked that backpack. But there was something about the design of this one that really spoke to me. And also, I had traveled with the Shimoda bag a couple of times. I took 2 flights with it too. And it was just a little bulkier for me, and it's just a personal preference, right? So backpacks are so personal that really nobody can tell you which one you should buy. In fact, really, let's be honest, nobody should be telling you anything about you should do this or you should buy that or you should do that, because everybody's different. We all have different needs, and our needs change sometimes. So don't let anybody talk you into anything that you should do or not do. I mean, I would have never gotten an X Pro 2. I had seen some reviews about it. It piqued my interest. And I thought, well, for the price that I got it for, I could always sell it if I didn't like it. But I actually really do like it. Now, this bag, I'll do a review on this bag like I did on the Shimoda bag. But it is lighter, and it's 22 liters. This is the 22-liter size in the golden hour color. It's not as robust as the Shimoda, but for what I would want to use it for, it's like perfect. So or nearly perfect. There's no bag that's ever perfect, let's be honest. But yeah, I'll do a review on this bag. I do like it, and I picked it up. The other thing I picked up was this year was an Action 4. Haven't even gotten a chance to use it yet, but I do think it would be nice for some photo walks. So I got it on a clearance price on Amazon. So yes, that was a good little buy there. I also picked up the 18 to 55 millimeter lens on eBay, which I've owned this lens before, but I did want to use this for the overhead shots. If you've got any comments about gear that you've bought and sold this year, or your thoughts on whether or not I'm crazy buying this X Pro 2, or you're thinking, wow, this was a great deal. I wish I would have gotten one, because to me, this is just like the GOAT, this camera. It's just so nice. I don't know why I like it so much. Could it just be because it's new? It's new for me, or no, I don't think so. I really like the rangefinder style. I just like that. This is like getting the X106 or V, the 5, but being able to change your lenses, and it looks better than the XE5. Uh, it just does. I'm very happy. I'll do a review. Not that I need to do a review on the X Pro 2. Let's be real. There's like a million reviews you can watch on YouTube about it. But maybe I'll just talk about how I feel using it and show you some of the photos that I'm able to capture with it. That's all I've got for today. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.